Hello again, everybody. Welcome to OCVarsity.com for our Gridiron Show. It's semifinals week. I'm Steve Fryer here with Carlos Arias and Dan Albano. Guys, let's take a look at that Southern Division. Again, Corona Del Mar against Woodbridge. Corona Del Mar beat Woodbridge on 33-16. Troy Reese, a receiver for Corona Del Mar, had 176 yards receiving, couple touchdowns. Cayman Carter threw for close to 200 yards for CDM. And CDM held Austin DeFreitas to less than 100 yards, about 84 yards. That doesn't happen too much. So we got quite a rematch here, guys. I'm picking Corona Del Mar to win it. I pick Corona Del Mar to win the whole division. I think they're going to get it done. They're really good on both sides of the football. I think they're the class of the division. What do you think, Dan?
Yeah, the defending champion Sea Kings are looking very good right now, very steady. They just seem very comfortable with this division, and I think they have a familiar foe in front of them. I think they're going to get the victory, get back to the finals again.
Carlos, agree or disagree?
How do you make up 17 points? I mean, Corona Del Mar has been on a roll. They might be better than they were earlier in the season when they played Woodbridge. So I don't see how you can pick against them. Cayman Carter, the whole group over there at Corona Del Mar, these guys are primed and ready to go. But Woodbridge, I mean, in the playoffs, they've been red hot. They're knocking off, they just knocked off Catella. Whew, I don't know, man. It might be a closer game, but you know, like everybody says, it's hard to beat somebody twice in the same season, but I'm still rolling with CDM.
We've talked to Woodbridge coach Rick Gibson, a couple of the Warriors players.
First and foremost, we have to control the line of scrimmage, and we've been working on that end of it. I think we took some poor angles. They've got a very good defense. They're rated #1 for a reason in our division. So, absolutely, we've got to make some changes that way.
Having a strong running game, opening up the passing game, and our defense, when we cover, we do good.
Our offense, our running game, we need to run the ball down their throats and make sure our receivers can catch the ball, because we had 6 drops last time, and so it's pretty important for us to succeed offensively.
Also in the Southern Division, the other semifinal, guys, to me this is like the game of the week, because this is a heck of a matchup to me. We got undefeated Laguna Beach going against Garden Grove. Now, I picked Garden Grove to go to the finals, and I'm sticking with that, although Laguna Beach scares the heck out of me on my prediction, because Drake Martinez is just going crazy. Quarterback Larry Stewart, clutch quarterback, hitting the big passes, making the big plays at the right time. But I like Grove. I saw them early. I think they're a pretty physical bunch. Angel Martinez, pretty good quarterback. So I'm sticking with Grove. What do you think, Carlos?
You know what? Garden Grove's got a different guy stepping up every game. When you look at, all their stats and every game after game, it's somebody different. At Laguna Beach, they're such a quick strike. They can kill you at any time. Robert Clemens III, Drake Martinez, Nate Lancaster. All these guys are returning touchdowns, fumbles, interceptions, everything for touchdowns. I'm taking Laguna Beach.
All right. Dan Albano, what do you say, man?
Yeah, I'm taking the Breakers too. Drake Martinez is a big reason why. I saw them earlier this year, and he, the way he can dominate the Southern Division, I think I compared him earlier this year when I saw him do this flip into the end zone, head over heels. He reminded me of Josh Webb of Garden Grove. So, but they have some other good players, as Carlos mentioned. They play really good as a team. They're not that big physically, but they fly the ball and play well and can tackle well. So I think Laguna Beach is going to get a good victory. But I think Garden Grove, Willie Puga does a great job there, and they've they played El Toro. So I don't think they're going to be intimidated when they see Drake Martinez and some of those players from Laguna Beach. So I think it's going to be a great game.
Okay, on to the Southwest Division, fellas. Foothill 10-2 against Edison 11-1. Edison's only lost to Mater Dei. That game's at Orange Coast College at 7 o'clock. That's where I'll be hanging out doing the updates at OCVarsity.com. Foothill's a really good football team. That kid Gilchrist has been a heck of a quarterback for them. Really good on both sides of the football. But I like Edison in this game. Gosh darn it! Offensively, good enough. Edison is. Defensively, really good. I like the Chargers.
I like Edison too. They're my pick to win this division. But they have Edison and Foothill have a common opponent in Fountain Valley. Early season, I saw Foothill beat Fountain Valley. Foothill is a very physical team. They can play real clean football with not a lot of penalties and turnovers. That's going to help them. But I think Edison has got just too much of the big game experience, especially this year when they play Mater Dei and Servite like they always do. And I think that defense is going to be too much. But I think it's going to be a pretty competitive game, though. But I'll pick Edison.
Carlos, I know you're intrigued by Foothill.
Yes, I am intrigued by Foothill. The Moss twins, Gilchrist.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta love that kind of explosive, offense that they have. But Edison, My gosh. Okay, there were some of us thinking that Sunset League was going to completely dominate. That wasn't the case.
That was only one of us.
Yeah. Okay, that was maybe just me. But Edison is going to dominate. I think they're going to win this game.
All right, on to the other semifinal. We have got Villa Park at Tustin. Old league rivals from a few years back. Villa Park looks really good. You know, I saw that game against Newport Harbor, and in the first half I saw Newport Harbor kind of physically seemed to be taking the game over, and so I just put on the update, said Newport Harbor's going to win this game. Then Villa Park, all of a sudden, I don't know what they did in the fourth quarter, but they added a little bit of octane into the tank, and Villa Park played great in the fourth quarter and won that game against Newport Harbor. That's a physical football team to beat. They're going to get another physical football team coming up right at them with Tustin High School. You know, I think a lot of people pick Tustin Edison to go to the finals. Tustin just looks like such a machine right now, Carlos, and I got to stick with the Tillers.
Yeah, I'm not going against the Tillers at all, man. Not until the finals when they play Edison, but I'm not going against them right now. I think they're going to beat Villa Park. Their running game's too much. They have so many two-way players, but I don't think that'll affect them in this game. Villa Park also has a lot of two-way players. I think that comes into play in the finals against Edison, but I'm taking Tustin in this one.
Dan Albano, what do you say, man?
Yeah, this is a great game. I know, I was really excited. I think this could be maybe the game of the week. With apologies to some, there's a lot of great games this week, but I'm picking Tustin in this game. I think they got a little bit of the chip on their shoulder, the Tillers do, about this field, some of the discussion about the field situation. They play well at home. I don't think they, I think they're a little, I think they're a little chip on their shoulder about the discussion about moving this game someplace else. They like to play at home, and they play really well there. I think that the running backs that Tustin can throw out teams is just, with Devonta Young, Terrence Martinez, and then they throw an Tandy in there. But Villa Park is impressing me, and their quarterback Dylan Osborne has come along and really made them pretty dangerous, and he's gotten better throughout the season. But I still think Tustin wins a close game.
What's this field situation? What's going on?
That's me causing trouble. That's all it was. Okay, here's what I think, everybody. Villa Park and Tustin, it's at Tustin High School. It holds 3,700. I think anytime you have a big game, if you can move it to a bigger, better joint, let's do it. Let's make it better for everybody, all concerned. But if I'm Myron Miller, I'm Tustin's football coach, I'm saying to heck with you, man. Keep it at our place. There's no reason not to keep it there. And, Tustin has a big advantage. They have a saying about Northrop Field, which is on the campus at Tustin High School. That is where winning streaks and playoff aspirations go to die.
I'm not moving anything from there. I mean, I'd rather want a sold-out place where everybody's packed trying to get in than have a place that's half empty. So I'd rather go to
and a press box the size of a small SUV.
Okay, that's not good.
Yeah, I mean, the rules are, that they can play it there. So I can understand where Tustin's point of view is. My personal opinion, if I was the commissioner, I would have all semifinal games at neutral sites, because I personally don't think that you should play a big game at the semifinals on a home field. You play at a neutral site, get a good venue, good experience for everyone. That's my personal opinion, but I can see Tustin's point this year. But personally, I like what water polo does. They play all the water polo semifinals are at neutral sites, a big game, and I think that makes it the most fair. So that's just my personal opinion, but I understand the chip on the Tillers' shoulder right now about this venue.
Villa Park better fill up its side if that's the complaint here. They better have a packed house. I mean, standing room only.
All right, and so that was a bonus segment stuck in the middle of this one. Let's get back to the games, guys. Pac-5 division. Okay, we've got Mater Dei and Dan Albano taking the trip to Ventura for the St. Bonaventure Mater Dei game. Mater Dei's 10-2, scoring 120-something points over 2 playoff victories. St. Bonaventure has a great football player that Carlos Arias was just going crazy about, just sending me text messages all weekend. St. Bonaventure, Mater Dei, that's at Ventura High School at 7 o'clock on Friday. Tell me about that football player, Carlos.
Well, Zach Green is amazing. I mean, the kid he's not huge, but he's like a bowling ball. You just roll him down the field, and he's knocking over everybody. When St. Bonnie needed a touchdown, they just handed it to Zach Green, pounded at him in overtime. Boom, took away all of Mater Dei's of Santa Margarita's momentum, and just won that game for him. I mean, he was amazing. I'm blown away by the kid. I think he's fantastic.
Will that work against the Monarchs?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, my gosh, St. Bonaventure is on a roll right now. This team, their sophomore quarterback had a horrible game, and Zach Green was able to carry them on his back and just knocked down Santa Margarita. It was amazing.
Is that a St. Bonaventure victory prediction, Carlos Arias?
That is a St. Bonaventure. I'm going St. Bonnie over Mater Dei.
Dan Albano, when you go to that game, who's going to win?
I think Mater Dei is seeming like I'm going to pick Mater Dei because I get the sense that they're a team of destiny right now. I mean, they had an awesome comeback last week. They were down late against Alemany. Alemany is a very talented team, great quarterback, all those receivers, and Mater Dei found a way to win. And I think what Mater Dei has got to channel is that they took a trip earlier this year to Harbor City to play Narbonne, and they went on the road. And Mater Dei usually plays pretty darn well on the road. And they've got to remember that they just lost by 1 point and in a hostile environment there to a great team. And they got to take a long trip. I understand Mater Dei is going to leave around noon. They already know what they're going to eat and what they're going to do. And they're going to go to the Mass and they're going to eat. And, Coach Rollinson got a great structure for them. And I think they're going to go up there. And then, at some point it's going to be a hostile environment. But I think Mater Dei can get the win.
All right, Carlos, you're itching to say something else.
Yeah, I'm itching to say something else because that Narbonne game against Mater Dei, from what I understand, was a few big plays were really the difference in that game, right? Sure. It wasn't like, Narbonne dominated them or anything. St. Bonaventure is the kind of team that can dominate because they have Zach Green. He's the kind of guy that if you cannot stop him, he's going to every time just pound it at you, and that's hard to deal with.
Well, everybody knows I'm the big Trinity League homer of Orange County, so I'm going with the Monarchs, everybody. Hey, we got a lot of other things coming up, not just the semifinals, but next week, just to let you guys know about when the finals are. We're going to have the Southwest Division finals at Angel Stadium next Friday, and then we have both the Southern Division and the Pac-5 Division finals at Angel Stadium on Saturday. Before that, we got these semifinals we just got done talking about. A lot of football action, a lot of fun football still to be played in the next couple of weeks. But first stop, semifinals here at OCVarsity.com, where we've got you covered.